Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys something. For some of you who think bullying is fun, but let me tell you, it is not fun at all. It's stupid and it's wrong. There's a fella, yes, did something that's very, very bad, which is he's stealing some videos from another guy, though. Yeah, that was bad, though. And I'm not going to name any names either. But what is, though, just because somebody does something really bad does not grant anyone the right to just make a bunch of rude comments about the person. It does not require. It does not include making stuff up and things like that. This one kid did not seem to know about the rules of what's called the copyright law. And of course, the copyright laws is when you take somebody's privately owned picture and alter it and things like that, though, and without their permission. I know now the Google, when I do the Google Street View and the thing with the truck, though, well, the Google Street View, that's open to the public. That's for everybody to use. Because we are probably paying those people with our tax dollars for them to do that. Especially for us in the elevator community, it make it a little bit easier to find elevators. But I tell you, but to take somebody else's picture and alter it without their permission, yeah, that's bad. But what makes me furious is that some people think that it is so funny to go and make fun of other people because they got a disability. That is not cool at all. It's stupid and it's disgusting and it's very disgraceful. It ruins the community. It ruins the elevator community. If I did that to somebody, though, like that at work, if I would have pulled that, though, I probably would have been fired for it. I would not have been given a second chance. You know, some people think that bullying, like they like to do it because they think it's a joke, though, to play on somebody. Well, let me tell you something about a fellow by the name of Franz Joseph Haydn. Now, for those who knows in the classical music, Franz Joseph Haydn was a music composer. And of course, in his young days, he probably did some stupid things himself. He did some stuff that he thought was funny. Yeah, what's this one time I think is when he cut a pigtail off of another choir boy's wig, because in those days, all the choir boys had to wear wigs. And of course, and he got in trouble for it. He got in trouble for cutting the pigtail off. And he, once he was banned from the choir, he wished he hadn't done it in the first place. That's the way it was back in those days. And of course, even for me, even though I may be older than most of the people in the elevator community, but I tell you, even from the era I came from, if I was caught bullying somebody though, and if I was about 10 years old, I probably would have been spanked for it. My mom would have taken the belt to me. My dad would have taken the belt to me for it. And of course, when I was in my teen years, so if I did anything like that, I was grounded. It was pretty good, and some of the grounding sentences lasted almost up to a month. And never again would I ever think about doing something like that. I tell you now, I too was bullied too on the school bus. Kids used to call me names, and of course, thank goodness back then, the ones who did, of course, they got themselves written up by the bus driver, and of course, those who couldn't continue to step out of line got suspended from the school bus for it. And anybody who did it in school, that they wish they hadn't done it in the first place, because they got suspended from the principal, and probably was even some of them even got paddled for it. That's what it was back then. I tell you, I'm one of the guys that really been brought up from a much different era, and of course haven't always been taught to love one another, both by my minister at church and also by both my parents. I tell you, the one thing, yeah, I probably did some stupid things myself when I was a teenager, though, when I was bullied, because I did get on my bicycle when I was about 11 or 12 years old, and I would get on my bicycle and ride recreation, though, and sometimes I didn't get back until after dark, though, and some people thought if if somebody would have already pulled out a gun, and I thought I would have been killed. So, but thank goodness, my mom and dad they came and saved me, and that's why I'm still here. Because I had some loving parents, and they would work on ways to find alternate ways besides riding all recreation on my bicycle without my mom's and dad's consent. So, and yeah, it's the stupidest thing I did when I was a kid, though. Of course, is that was one time I went to Crescent Plaza. I would sometimes ride my bike into the mall and up the escalator and stuff like that. Yeah, and that was pretty stupid, but and it was and of course, some dad was was really surprised that security didn't throw me out. And of course, when I was in my teens, so that there was a guy that spotted me down at the old children's hospital as part of it was the research building, though. It had some Westinghouse elevators, which of course came with the high-pitched dinner bells. And one of the guys was very kind to take me all the way up to see the machine room of those elevators. This is the machine room for those elevators, and I got to watch a couple of the police spin. I want to tell you, hey, you realize that bullying is not cool. It's stupid and it's disgusting. So we need to stop it right now. Now we'll end this lecture with something here on the organ. This will get everybody back into the mood, into a good mood, because pretty soon, if all goes well, sooner or later, we're going to be back out to elevators.